Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Now today's video we are going to talk about the future of John McAtee. Lots of debate going around on whether or not Luton should cash in on him or should we allow him to stay and compete for a first team spot within this current group of players. And in today's video I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the situation. But before I do, please drop a like on the video guys. The more likes we get, the better the video does. Last video we hit 80 likes, so please on this one can we hit a like target of 90? It means a lot. The videos perform better if you like and comment, so please drop a like and also comment below, do you think McAtee should stay at Luton Town Football Club or do you think we should cash in? Hopefully after the end of this video you have a good idea on whether or not you think he should stay. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm going to be talking a lot about Luton throughout this championship season and hopefully a few championship videos as well in case I run out of video ideas. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, what do we know about John McAtee? So he's a 25-year-old attacking player. He can play across all the attacking areas on the pitch. He can play as a striker, a false 9, a number 10. He can play out on the left, he can play out on the right. Any attacking area you need him to play, he can do it. Very good, very adaptable, and you like someone who could do a bit of everything across those attacking areas. He's very technical as well. So, Luton signed him when McAtee was playing in League 2 for Grimsby. It was just after they won promotion back from non-League 2, League 2, and McAtee was very important to Grimsby in their playoff push. He played a massive part in their Wrexham game, which ended I think 5-4 in the end. He also scored in the playoff final as well. So he's a bit of a, I say, cult hero at Grimsby Town Football Club. Grimsby fans knew, and I spoke to, I've got a really good mate of mine who is a Grimsby fan, and he said McAtee is just way above the level which we're playing at. But we brought him when they were in League 2. On the start of it, we signed him and we said, right, you might as well stay at Grimsby for the year and we can assess you after the loan. Had a good loan spell. He came back, but when he came back, Luton got promoted to the Premier League and we thought he wasn't quite ready to play Premier League football yet. So we thought, let's send him back out on loan. We sent him back out on loan to Barnsley in League 1, so he was playing at a level higher than what he did previously in League 2. And he had a very good season at Barnsley, who were pushing for a promotion to the Championship. He had over 15 goal contributions for Barnsley, played in those attacking areas which I mentioned already, and was a massive part on why they finished where they did in the playoffs. But unfortunately, towards the end, didn't quite do the job. But he had a great season. Now he's come back and Luton have obviously been relegated, and the question is, can he play Championship football? Now I think he can. I think he is more than ready for the step up to Championship football. However, there is a problem. Luton are heavily stacked in those attacking areas. In fact, I don't even think we need to sign anyone because that's how heavily stacked we are in those areas. We actually need to look at elsewhere on the pitch, like the centre midfield roles and also in defence. Attacking wise, Luton are quite sorted, and if we go through those attacking options now, you've got Chong, Morris, Adebayo, Woodrow, Taylor, Townsend, Ogbeni, Brown. I'm probably missing a few other players as well, but I've already mentioned 8 names there. How is McAtee gonna get in front of those 8 players? That is the question. Now, in an ideal world, if I was the manager, I would try and offload Woodrow. I like Corley Woodrow. I think he's a very technical player. I don't think he's had a run in the team, and when he has had a run in the team, it's been in the Premier League against the very best. I feel like if he has a run within the team in the Championship, I think you see the best out of him. I don't think he's a Premier League player, but I do think he is a Championship player. But Woodrow is on the wrong side of his career. He's towards the latter point of his career, heading towards 30, whereas McAtee is 25. It's a lot difficult to offload a player who is coming to the end of their career, towards their 30s. I know it's disrespectful. I know it's like when a player's 30, they go, oh, he's too old. I don't mean it like that, but when a player is getting to those 30, that 30 mark, they become a lot more difficult to offload and sale, especially if they're under contract, compared to someone who's just had a very good season in League One and is 25 and got plenty of years ahead of him. It's a lot easier to sell someone like that. Now, Woodrow, I think we're going to find really difficult to offload. And I think in an ideal world, I think we would have offloaded him. But because he's under contract, and I don't think many clubs are going to be interested in Woodrow to sign, because they would have to pay, that gives a problem to Luton, because then you've got to get rid of an attacking player. There's no way we're going to keep all of our attacking options happy. And with Taylor, Joe Taylor, and also John McAtee being the two players that I've been linked the most elsewhere, like McAtee's got Championship clubs looking at him, League One clubs looking at him. I think it's Wrexham, Bolton, Derby, Blackburn. There's probably plenty more, which but I just can't really think of those clubs' names. But lots of teams are after McAtee, and I just feel in this scenario we might as well cash in. And I feel like, and this isn't disrespecting McAtee at all, I think he's a good player, but in how does he get into our team? If you was to compare him with Joe Taylor, who we also sent out on loan last season, who first part of last season was in League 2, was Colchester's top goal scorer, and then he went out on loan to Lincoln in League 1 and was Lincoln's top goal scorer. There's more of an argument that Joe Taylor has the higher stocks compared to McAtee. McAtee's 25 and had a good season in League 1. Joe Taylor's 21, turning 22 this year. He's younger. There's a lot more development which we could do there with Taylor. The stocks are higher. The potential's there. He's a different type of striker to what we've currently got at the football club. He's someone who likes to get on the ball, run at plays, really good finisher, gets in behind as well. We don't really have that because Morris and Adebayo are the more target men type of strikers. So I feel like we're going to put our eggs in our basket on Taylor rather than McAtee. And that's probably the reason why I feel like we should maybe offload McAtee. In an ideal world, I would get rid of Woodrow and keep McAtee, but I just don't think we're going to be able to offload Woodrow, and maybe the club don't want to. You know, I'm saying we should do it, but Edwards may actually like Woodrow, and he may want to see him a lot more. Whereas he may think, actually, I don't want McAtee, and I think we should let him go. So I think what's going to happen, McAtee will go, but we'll put a high sell-on percentage in the deal. So if he goes on and does extremely well, which I think he will do, and has a really good season, and then another bigger club go in for him, I think we'll get a high percentage of that transfer fee. And I think that is the business plan, you know, transfer plan we're going to try and do in this scenario, because you can't keep all those attacking players happy. You just can't. Although it's good to have competition and quality in those areas, you also don't want to upset the group. You don't want to upset players. And when you're heavily stacked, because we're not just a little bit stacked, we're heavily stacked in those areas, where does he play? He doesn't get ahead of certain strikers. He just doesn't. And that's just being honest. He doesn't get ahead of certain... I don't think he's ahead of Joe Taylor. And that is the problem. I think the club see Joe Taylor as more of a future starter than McAtee. And that's why I think we're going to let him go. But I think we can get some money in. I think we're going to get the money which we brought him for back into the club, and also a high sell-on fee, which could then obviously give us more money in the future as well. I think it's a clever idea to do now. Of course, in an ideal world, I wouldn't do that. But I think right now, I think that would be the plan to do. And also, you've got to remember, Luton, with our squad rules, you can only have 25 players in a team. McAtee's over the age of 21, so he will count towards that 25-man squad. So, if we let him go, it allows us to bring someone else in another position which we are very weak in, i.e. the centre mids and the defence. So, let me know what you think. I think he will go on to have a fantastic career. I think he's, the last 3 seasons now, he's been very good. And I think the only way is up. Unfortunately, because we're heavily stacked, I just don't see him doing it at Luton. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think he should stay and try and compete? Or do you think we should cash in, while we've got the opportunity, because he is a high valuable asset right now. But yeah, those are my thoughts, and yeah, hopefully you did enjoy listening to this video. Subscribe if you are new, like I mentioned at the start, and yeah, I'll see you all in my next video.